Speaking of movies that are probably going to land higher than we'd imagine, we've got the 2003 film Wrong Turn, as requested by me. And this is a movie about some dude that takes a wrong turn because the highway's blocked up and he gets hunted down by hillbillies with a group of other people that were stuck on the road.
Fun fact, when the one girl jumps from the watchtower, she... What the fuck? I didn't put enough information to remember what I'm talking about. So Carly, I think she's redheaded, if I remember correctly. When she jumps from the watchtower and lands in the tree, she dislocates her shoulder for real, and you can kind of hear it pop out in the movie.
Jesus.
Very funny. Why did they do it like that?
I don't know.
Them jumping out of that tree was fucking hilarious, man. All of them landed so terribly.
Yeah. They were ready to get themselves killed. Right now I'm sitting at a flat C.
Okay, thank fucking God. I was worried there. Dylan gave it a B+. I'm at a C- myself.
I'm at a flat D.
So going into this, I thought I was just not going to like it at all. And I will say I enjoyed it way more than I thought I would. It kind of just ends up being a fairly competently done horror movie. I don't think it doesn't do very much great, but it also doesn't fuck up things very horribly. My biggest detractor is the villains, the inbreds. They have really inconsistent intelligence. Because they can clearly track and plan and stuff. But then when someone is very obviously baiting them to go in a certain direction, they just fall for that shit. I think a big thing that helped me enjoy this movie more was that opening crawl where they're showing fake scientific studies about how inbreeding causes super strength and resistance to pain. The second I read those, I was like, oh, okay. I don't need to think about this.
No.
I can just enjoy it as some dumb shit.
Dude, speaking of dumb shit, though, our main characters, our posse who are following, they themselves are so fucking dumb throughout this entire film that it was really taking me out of it. Especially during that initial scene where they confronted the hillbillies themselves, and they're just chilling there in their fucking cabin, and they witness their friend get butchered in front of them. Why the fuck do they not take the gun and just blast him?
Yeah, I thought the same thing.
They're scared. Yeah, they, per usual with a horror movie, they do a lot of really dumb shit and people die in a lot of really stupid ways.
If anything, I obviously, we see the hillbillies, they are very resistant and stuff. They don't take damage too good. So I feel if we did see them, try to kill them immediately, and then they realize, oh, it didn't do anything, they're still alive and kicking, that would have made it much more terrifying.
Yeah, I agree. I think it would have made more of a setup because they realize they're going against some, supernatural shit that they can't necessarily fight back against, and it adds to it.
Yeah.
Alas, that ruined the setup for the next sequel. Yeah. Oh well.
Tanner, did you see the after credit scene for this film?
I can't remember if I did. What was it?
It's the hillbillies crawling out of the fucking burned down shack.
I was literally just about to ask, is it the same inbreds in the next movie? And it sounds like the answer is yes, which is very stupid.
I mean, even before you see the after credit scene, you can see them moving around after taking some pretty mortal hits before the house explodes. So you can definitely assume that there's some shenanigans going on here. Speaking of shenanigans, one of the aspects of this movie I wish they played around with more was just the traps they had set up in the woods. When they ran away from that bear trap or fucking whatever it was, or it was a tripwire or something. I wish there was more of that, because I genuinely I think the idea of that's a lot scarier. Them fucking randomly getting stuck in some bear trap and having to deal with that situation is a lot scarier than the impending doom of some people hunting them down personally and having to deal with that. And instead, we just get them stuck in some fucking fire watching house for 20 minutes.
Yeah, I wasn't a huge fan overall, but it sounds like Dylan liked this film quite a bit. What did he think about it?
This one was a little weird for me, just because... So, the one thing I can appreciate, because, obviously, I'm going to keep referring to this for reasons. Coming off of The Sadness, they were very just putting on display every violent act that was going on. In movies like this, yeah, we know and are aware that the violent acts are taking place, but they're not super graphical about it, and that might just be the fucking American censorship laws, I don't know. But one thing I can kind of appreciate about this movie is the characters weren't being stupid just for plot progression, at least not a ton of moments I could tell. I thought the acting in this was fairly good. But what do I really even have to say about this movie? I
Who
think...
was the baddest bitch in this movie?
Honestly, though, I kind of want to say the chick who was getting married, I guess. She was probably...
She was cute.
Yeah. I'm, like, really trying to... I feel like there was, like, some moments in this movie where things could have been avoided. Like... What the fuck am I thinking? Like, they're in the... Oh, let me just skip right to the end. So obviously this movie has very heavy sequel bait. I think the sequel bait is dumb because... I mean, obviously they didn't allude to anybody escaping, but also... At the end, we had all three of the dudes on the ground writhing in pain, like bleeding out, and then we saw them blow up the entire fucking house and also set fire to it. And then they just want to show that one hillbilly that definitely should have been dead like twice over. That one got fucked up prior, so the fact that he still wasn't dead was a little weird. But I mean, maybe it was in the dark, so it was hard to tell. He looked like he was fine. After, like, the whole explosion thing, and I guess we'll have to see what happens in the sequels. I just don't like when they're just like, oh, by the way, next movie, because one of the guys survived somehow, what I like to call a Disney death, where it didn't happen on screen, so therefore you cannot prove that they died. But, yeah, I don't think this movie was too terribly offensive in a lot of ways. I do think it's strange that... Well, I guess I can't think it's super strange for, like, the cops or anybody in the area not knowing about these hillbillies, considering people are disappearing and dying and nobody knows what's going on, and it's a very out in the neck of the woods kind of thing going on. Yeah, I mean, this is not a run-of-the-mill, like, horror film, and, like I said, in the aspect of they're just doing stupid things for the movie to progress. I did think it was kind of dumb the way that it ended. I feel like... I'm trying to recall a moment where I'm pretty sure they had access to, like, a car or something, and they could have gotten away, and they didn't, but that's not super ringing a bell right now.
So far, it sounds like you haven't said anything positive about the film, despite being substantially higher than any of us on it.
Yeah, like I said, I didn't really think about this movie too awfully much, so, like I said, I was workshopping the rankings, but like I said, I couldn't really come to a, like, decisive point in my thinking. I guess, without being overly redundant from the episode, what were your guys' thoughts on the movie?
Dude, I hope that inbreds gain more superpowers as the series goes on.
Yeah,
I agree. I want to see him fucking jumping around like fucking not Conan. What the fuck's that guy's name?
I have no idea what the fuck you're trying to say.
No, it's that fucking movie where they're on Mars.
Oh, John Carter.
Yeah, fuck, I want to see him jumping around like John Carter, chasing after people in the forest.
I want one of them to turn invisible.
Yeah.
like fucking
Make no
Predator.
sense.
Yeah, I mean, I think, like I said, that one dude falling out of the tree, for sure, I think for sure should have died. But yeah, I mean,
dude, you saw the opening to the movie. Those newspapers told us that inbreeding gives you super strength and pain resilience.
Pain resilience doesn't matter when it comes to dying, quite frankly. As far as superpowers, I think that's just some fucking gaslight tactics, dude. I don't know. Some fucking incest gaslighting tactics.
Dude, that's not gas. I mean, I guess you could call it gas. I'd say it's just lying, but sure, gaslight. They're gaslighting you into sleeping with your sister.
I mean, to me, that's relatively the same thing. You know, whenever I'm lied to, it's also when I'm getting gaslit. So who really knows at this point? Yeah, I'm kind of looking over some of my movies in B+, and maybe I'm wrong for that one.
Perhaps you took a wrong turn with that ranking.
I did. I sure did, buddy. Yeah, I mean, I don't know if there's something super notable outside of what I've already said. I do remember saying at one point in the movie, I'm trying to remember where I was like, the movie could end right now and it would be totally fine. Oh, like when the fucking cop got fucking that one hillbilly. Maybe I'm like, you know, I guess you could equate it to like the hillbilly's been bow hunting forever, so of course he's that accurate. But he happens to miss when it's actually important, and our protagonists or whatever, our survivors, I guess I could call them, are in danger. But like that part where he's like trying to get the cop and he fucking dies, and he had all the time in the world to fucking grab the gun and he just didn't. That was a little sus. But like also the fact that the hillbilly just didn't see him roll under the car, that was also pretty fucking stupid. I didn't get that a ton. Yeah, I don't really know what else. I mean, if I change my ranking now, it won't really matter all that much.
Dude, keep that one in your pocket for fucking 3 months from now.
What do you think you would lower it to?
I'm looking over, like, I don't know, maybe C+ would probably be a better place for this.
Pretty substantial drop. Much more understandable ranking, though.
Yeah, like I said, I don't know why, like, I put no brain power into ranking this week. I mean, it sounds like the last one I did okay. Not that I'm basing, like, what I should be ranking them, but, like, in terms of, like, realistically where these movies should go, this one definitely, it was this and Aliens that I was, like, struggling to comprehend. I actually think I changed my ranking of Alien based on what I ranked this movie. Not wrong turn. I meant I changed Alien based on what I thought of Aliens. But we'll get there in a minute, I suppose.
Gotcha.
Yeah, wrong turn. It's kind of whatever. It was fine. Okay, it was fine. I wouldn't watch it again, but if somebody wanted to, I'd probably be down to watch it. I don't know.
What a silly guy he is. All right, do we have many more thoughts on this film?
No, I don't think so.
Yeah, there's really not a whole lot to say. It's an insanely generic horror movie. The acting's not very great. The character decisions are pretty fucking stupid and unbelievable. Like, what the fuck else are you supposed to do outside of jump out of the tree? But, like, it just looked so bad. And then all of the scenes in the tree were super fucking goofy. And there's like some action movie shit to end it. Not a crazy big fan of this one personally.
Yeah,
Didn't really do anything super novel for me enough to want to like make me get interested in it at all.
Yeah, from what I saw, people seem to enjoy this film a decent bit too, and I just don't get it. This film has like 5 sequels. What the fuck is up with that?
Dude, it has 5 sequels and 1 reboot.
Yeah.
It's a very repeatable formula or something. I don't know.
I guess so.
Yeah.
I think in one of them they go to like an insane asylum, and like the hillbillies get out and start fucking shit up.
I love them for that.
They get out of the woods?
I think they're locked up in the asylum.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Either way, though, I'm actually going to go ahead and drop my rank here. Let's go to a D+. Why not?
I'm fine with sticking at a flat C.
I fucking did the inverse by accident. I muted myself when I tried talking, and I was typing when I was unmuted. Yeah, I'm sticking at a D here. Not a crazy big fan of this one. Also, like, when they get to the fucking area where there's all the cars, like they're trying to actively evade their captors, they get to the area with all the cars that they're like disassembling, and then they just immediately slow down and like, what is this place?
Yeah.
Like, get the fuck out of there, retards! Anyways, it lands at a C. C for kooky.
Too high. Too damn high.